Hi! At the end of this video, I'll help you decide which of these two boxes you should tick. GMAT preparation with coaching or without coaching. Let's get started. If you're new to the channel, I'd like to welcome you to my channel. And the channel is all about increasing your GMAT score while decreasing the time, money, and effort that you have to put in. So if you're interested in all these things, consider subscribing for regular free GMAT content. Now let's move on to the focus of the video. Let's discuss situation number one. So situation number one is you have a 150 plus gap. Okay. Now some of you may understand what this 150 plus gap is. Some of you who are new to GMAT preparation may not really get what this means. So let me explain that very briefly. So one of the first steps that you need to take when you start your GMAT preparation is to take a practice test. So this practice test is available for free from mba.com. So you just need to create an account on mba.com and you get access to 2 free practice tests. Now what's special about these practice tests is that they use questions from previous GMAT and also they follow the same scoring algorithm that GMAT follows. So this practice test from mba.com is the most accurate estimate of how you're likely to do in the actual GMAT. Okay. So when you take your practice test and your practice test score, the score in the practice test, okay, minus your target score, okay, if this gap is more than 150, okay, let's say that you want to apply to a top university, like let's say Harvard, and to get into Harvard, the average Harvard score is 730, 720, 730. So if you are aiming for Harvard, you should target this 730, 720 bracket, okay? But you took your practice test and you managed to get I-40, okay? So that's a difference of 190. If this score, okay, this difference between your target score and the practice test is more than 150, then I would strongly recommend that you go for one of the coaching products, okay? And the order in which you can try these coaching products is, see, first try to see if you can manage it with an on-demand course, okay? If you're not achieving the kind of improvement that you're after from an on-demand course, consider enrolling for a class. And if general attention is not working for you, you want one-on-one specific targeted attention on you, then consider hiring a coach. So this is how it works. So the first situation is if the gap between your target score and your practice test score is more than 150, then you could try these things in this order that I have given. And if you talk about money, buying a course is much cheaper than enrolling for a class. Enrolling for a class is much cheaper than hiring a coach. Okay. Now let's jump on to situation number two. The second situation in which a GMAT coaching product would be right for you if you are short on time. Okay. So typically, this is a very general case. It takes about 3 months, okay, of preparation, and GMAT, they did a study on this and they found out that on an average, people spend about 120 hours on their GMAT preparation, which is spread over 3 months, okay. So 120 hours is not like studying for 10 hours for 12 days. It's 120 hours spread over 3 months, right? But what if you don't have 3 months? Okay, what if you just have 1 month? Well, you can cut short your preparation time if you take help of an expert. Okay, so the expert has already produced the result that you're after, and the expert knows what are the right resources, what is the preparation plan, what is the strategy, which are the important areas. So a lot of things that you got to hunt and discover on your own kind of gets done by somebody else. And in order to do that, you got to pay them. And if you really see, if you talk about GMAT coaching, you're really just trading in money in exchange for time and effort. Most of the answers are there. It's available on Google. Just go and search for it and you'll get it. And there are plenty of channels on YouTube that provide content like this, including this one. So there's no real reason why you can't do these things on your own. But if you're short on time, right, then you could pay somebody in order to do these things for you, so that it can shorten the preparation time from 3 months to 1 month. So the second situation that you might have to consider a coaching product is if you're short on time. And when you're considering a coaching product, make sure that they provide, let's say, tutorials, practice questions, and they provide tests. Okay, ensure that the package covers all these three things. Now, what is optional is tutor. One-on-one tutor is optional. You don't really need to do it. And yeah, one more, study plan. Okay, and make sure that your product covers all these different things. So if you're short on time, you could probably consider a coaching product. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Situation number 3. Let's look at what that is. Situation number 3 is if you are targeting a plus 750 score. Okay, now if you're going for, let's say, 650 to 680, if your target score is somewhere within this range, then I would say that self-study is the way to go. Okay, no doubt, go for it, self-study, unless you're 150 plus away from this. If not, okay, now let's say 680 to 710. This is also possible. Okay, it's not a must that you should get any of the coaching products. This is also possible. If you're going to the 720 plus 750 range, then you probably would have to get some sort of coaching product. So I would say this would be self-study plus coaching. Okay, now if you're going for 750 plus, I would strongly suggest investing in a coaching product. Okay, now the reason why I say that is most of the resources that are available online, okay, target maybe the 650 to 720, that range. Okay, the kind of questions, the study plan, the strategy, the approach, all these things are targeted at the 650 to 700, that level. If you want to achieve a 750 plus score, you should probably learn how to do it from somebody who has achieved it. So in this situation, I would recommend one-on-one tutoring, and I would also recommend that you buy a coaching product that has tutoring bundled onto it. Okay, and one of the things that helped me improve my score from 650 to 750 is test analysis. So test analysis is basically, after you give a practice test, you got to analyze which are the areas in which you need to improve and which are the areas in which you're doing well. And based on the areas that you need to improve, you need to create a study plan and then work on that area so that the next practice test that you take, your score improves. Okay, so this test analysis, of course, again, you can learn to do it on your own, but if you hire a coach would be able to give you much more effective, let's say, performance reviews of your practice tests. Okay, and one thing, don't use a coach to teach you concepts. Okay, so don't use a coach to teach you concepts. Learn the concepts from on demand videos. On demand videos are basically recorded videos of the coach teaching you how to do all these problems and concepts and things like that. So don't use the one-on-one tutoring time. So, like for example, Magoosh offers, I think, 6 hours of one-on-one tutoring with its tutoring plus practice test or preparation package. Uh, and in that situation, don't use that one-on-one time to learn concepts. They have a big library of concept videos, so you could just learn it from there. Use the time with your coach in order to do your test analysis, to review your performance and give you feedback on which are the areas in which you need to improve and where are the areas in which you are already strong so that you don't have to worry about them. So the third situation, if you're targeting 750 plus, consider hiring a coach, okay, and buying a coaching product. All right. Now let's move on to situation number 4. Situation number 4 is when you need help with accountability. Okay. So accountability is you've created a great study plan. Okay. So you planned everything out, you've created a timetable, and you say that, okay, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and you've charted out, morning, afternoon, evening, what you're going to prepare, how you're going to study, which books you're going to use. You watched hours of YouTube videos on how to prepare for the GMAT like this one. And you've got all that done. You're solid in your planning. What about your implementation? Okay. So on your plan, it says that from 7 to 8. Okay. Might be morning, might be evening, whatever it is. 7 to 8, you've decided that you will be solving problems. Okay. But there's a big problem. The problem is when it is actually 7, can you get yourself to follow your plan? If that is difficult for you, there are two ways. One thing is that you can gradually build up the routine, okay? And in terms of habit formation, they say that don't try to make major changes in one shot. Okay, this is for most of the people. Don't try to make major changes in one shot. Instead, do it incrementally. All right. So first you target for 15, and then you increase that 15 to 30, and then you increase that further to 45, and then you increase that to 60. So keep incrementing this gradually. Okay, so this approach can also work. And if you are the self-disciplined kind of person, then go for it, go for your 7 to 8. But now this is a very subjective decision. If you feel that you need somebody external to help you keep on track, then it's a good idea to enroll for a class. Okay, so enroll for a class and make sure that it is a live class. Okay, not an on-demand class, a live class, so that during that particular time you show up and you're there. You can take it in person or it can be online, but the idea is it needs to be live so that you are making a contract, okay, with an external person that, hey, I'm going to show up from this time to this time and I'm going to devote that time for my GMAT preparation. So if you want accountability and structure, I would suggest that you enroll for a class and live class. Okay. But again, I should warn you that these things are very, very, very expensive. So that could be a motivating factor to kind of, encourage you to be internally driven to follow your plan. Okay. Now, speaking of motivation, Point number 5 is motivation. Now, what I haven't told you is that after I achieved my improvement from 650 to 750, I took up GMAT coaching. Okay. What I mean by that is I became a GMAT coach. No sense in taking GMAT coaching after I score 750. So I became a GMAT coach and started helping other people achieve their target scores. Okay. And as a GMAT instructor, one of the things that I really focused on is to keep my students motivated. It's easy to kind of lose focus and get discouraged when your test results are kind of not where you expect them to be. And at that time, you need somebody to pull you up and kind of, give you that support and say, hey, it's okay. You did well in these areas, and these are the areas that you need to improve. So don't worry, spend some more time, spend this weekend working on this area, and you'll be able to improve your score. So if you need somebody to motivate you, support you, keep you up, and keep you on track, then I would suggest that you join a class, hire a coach, or another way is to be a part of a community. Okay. So being a part of a community, I was a very active member of GMAT Club, and I would encourage you to also create an account on GMAT Club. Say, this is not an affiliation or I have no sort of tie up with GMAT Club. I just feel that it's an incredibly well built community around cracking the GMAT. So, become a part of a community so that you get the support and encouragement that you need to crack the GMAT. Okay, so cracking the GMAT is not an easy task, especially if you're going for a 700 or 720 or 750. So to keep yourself on that track, focused, you need people to support you, to push you, to motivate you, to correct you, to inform you, to educate you. So be a part of that community. And when you're a part of a community, you also get the opportunity to help others. And helping others, teaching them, guiding them, sharing, the mistakes that you made and helping them overcome the burdens or problems that they are suffering from will improve your own performance. Okay. So the next step is that if you need somebody to motivate you or encourage you, consider being a part of a community, or if you have money to spend, hire a coach. All right. We've gone through these 5 situations in which getting a GMAT coaching product might be beneficial for you. And if these situations don't apply to you, okay, you have no trouble maintaining accountability and structure, and you are quite self-motivated, and your target score is within 700 to 720, and you have enough time, and the gap is not 150 plus, the gap is around 50 to 80, then you don't need any GMAT coaching products. You can do your preparation on your own from books. And speaking of books, this reminded me, there's a lot that I want to share with all of you regarding GMAT preparation. Okay, I can't do all that in just one video. So I created a video. It's kind of like a masterclass. Okay, and in that masterclass, what I do is I cover 10 things that I did that helped me go from 650 to 750 without using any GMAT coaching products. I do admit that I used books, okay, but that's all. And these books altogether, it might have cost less than probably $80. Okay, so way cheaper than any of the GMAT coaching products. All right. So in that masterclass, I cover in detail the 10 things that I did to go from 650 to 750, and I've put the link to that in the comments. Okay, so it is the first pinned comment. So come with me, I'll come to that video and I'll share the 10 things that I did to improve my score from 650 to 750. Okay, and in that masterclass, I'll also be talking to you about a free course. Okay, so I want you to meet me there. You will see the link in the end credits, or you will see in the pinned comments. Okay, so see you there.